Hello, welcome back to our show. You
just made the blooper reel.
Take two. Hello, I'm Reginald Bullock, and I hope you enjoy the episodes that you might have been watching prior to. And if you haven't, tune in to watch Living Life with me, Reggie B, and
Trey Wilder here. Hope y'all are having a good one. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Reggie, this is a good day. It's a good episode. I feel very positive about this.
You feel positive about this?
I feel very positive about this. I ain't gonna hold you. And look, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm wrong, I apologize. Please forgive me. I think that's a nice little touch off of that. So give me a little.
Well, you know, in the old school, they would say, charge it to the head and not charge it. They say, you know, if I ever missed anybody, if I didn't say your name, well, you know how you go name and you charge it to the head. You know, if I missed you, charge it to the head and not the heart.
You can forget.
So we say some stuff. Forgive us. Please forgive us. Charge it to the head and not the heart. Speaking of forgive.
Recording in progress.
Grow their leaders, right? And so, so to that end, I'm helping them significantly because just because a person's in a leadership position doesn't make them a leader.
Exactly. They might just be a manager.
Most people are, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been trained to do IT, right?
Yep.
But they've not been trained to lead.
Exactly.
They may think they've read stuff, Stephen Covey, or John Maxwell, and some of the other books out there. But just because you read it, all right, who's evaluating you whether or not you are hitting your metrics? Who's evaluating whether you are at a 3,
mm-hmm.
30, or 100 in terms of capabilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's your impact? Or are you just managing?
Yep.
And so as an executive leadership coach, it depends. Like some people want work-life balance. I coach people who work 75 hours a week.
It's aggressive.
Never see their family, right? And they want to balance that out.
Yeah.
Right. Then I have people who are at age 60 and 70 years old still working hard because they don't know how to retire. They don't know how to stop. I coached one dude in an IT company. He's been a VP for many years, millionaire, and he working hard like crazy. And he has melanoma and other issues. I'm like, man, your kids are in college. You got a beach house, a boat, a big house here, other property and money. And you might not have more than 2 or 3 years to live.
Yeah.
So I coached him by taking him to the Shenandoah Mountains, and it was a 10-hour coaching session. I picked him up at his house in Ashburn at 3 a.m, and we got to the top of Shenandoah before the sun came up.
Yeah.
And then we went on a hike, and 4 months later, he quit. He retired. He's living life. And enjoying it. He's enjoying his money. He's enjoying his family.
Yeah.
He's playing golf. He's going fishing, boating. He's traveling. Yeah. So that's coaching, right? And he was a leader.
Yeah.
Right. Then there are other leaders who want to expand their business, grow their business, or get ready to make general, right? It's a different politics. Or a general getting out and wanting to become a member of KPMG, right? It's different. This general is used to having a staff of hundreds of people helping them.
Yeah.
You go to KPMG,
it's a little different.
You're going to have you and your laptop, and you got to do it all on your own.
Yeah.
It's a transition. So I transitioned a lot of military people and coached them as leaders to be leaders. And then another person may become an SDS, right?
What's SDS?
That stands for Senior Executive Service in the government. It's higher than the GS-15. It's kind of like director of the whole thing.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so that's coaching, right?
Do you tailor-made your sessions for each person, or is that, because I know you said you did with like military? So
no. Every single session is tailor-made and custom to that person.
Okay.
Every single session for every single person for every single position. No 2 hours out of the thousands of hours I coach. No 2 hours are ever the same.
Interesting.
I may cover similar topics, like I may cover energy with you, and energy with this person, and energy with this person.
You do it a different way.
But it's a different energy that we're talking about based on their goals and objectives. So in coaching, unlike consulting, it's about you and what you want to do. So you actually lead the dance. I follow.
Okay. I like that, actually. It's a good little motto. So, okay. That might be, we might need to go on. So how would you coach someone to coach leaders?
So I do that all the time because if you are a leader, part of your responsibility is to grow leaders.
Right.
You can't just be in charge of everything and just direct all your leaders of what to do.
Right.
You want to build successors. So you want people capable of doing your job.
And that's what. So like, how do you determine who's best capable? And I'm asking because
I determine.
Well, I'm just your personal experience because I know I'm in.
But as a coach or as a person? Because as a coach, I don't get to determine who in that organization is the best person to be coached as leaders by this leader.
I mean, like your individual successor. Like, what are certain things that you're personally looking for when you're trying to just? Because I'm asking that because
I'm looking for everything. First of all, I'm looking for a person who has the work ethic that I have, who gets up early and stays up late, who cares about people, who is passionate about whatever they're doing to the level of they will do what it takes to master that, who knows how to focus on a goal and objective and don't let it go until they achieve it, a person who has diverse experience and not afraid of challenging themselves to gain more experience, right? And so, for instance, pig feet.
Pig feet is delicious,
right?
That thing.
But pig ears.
I don't know if I've had pig ears.
Right, and then gator.
Had a little gator.
Right now, fried chicken feet.
I don't think I've had fried chicken.
Or iguana.
Sounds interesting.
Or the eggs of a sea urchin, or grilled octopus, like the whole thing, right? And so that's just food, right? A lot of people say no to that. And then, skydiving, right? Or mountain climbing or stuff like that, and you're up 10,000 feet above sea level, near a volcano. So the point is, it's so many diverse opportunities to gain experience that makes you that broader person. That's who I am. So I'm looking for somebody not like me, but who doesn't mind walking that journey of excellence and who's already been on that journey of excellence in almost everything that they do. Like when they dress, are they sloppy, wrinkled, what? Do they make their bed? Do they clean their car? Some people don't clean their car. Some people it's clean on the outside, but dirty on the inside.
I was about to say, listen.
So my point is, that's your standard.
Yeah.
So to that extent, does a person have a very high standard? So to me, like all of this stuff right here, man, you don't just accidentally know electronics and troubleshooting and music and beats and DJing and turntable. I mean, this stuff just doesn't come. You got it.
Yep.
So what have they practiced? I'm a 4th degree martial artist. What have they practiced?
Okay. So it's what they can bring to the table to give you that confidence, I guess, to say, okay, this person can be my successor because
no. That just says they are capable or they're qualified.
Yeah, like a qualified candidate
to learn.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they can be my successor. The only way you can be my successor is for me to let go of the reins and watch and see how you run.
Okay. So that comes with time. Over time, then you give them trials and see.
I got to coach them. I got to train them. I got to mentor them. I got to develop them. I got to educate them. And over time, in every different discipline that I'm teaching them, I let go and watch how they do.
Yeah.
To the point that they can run the whole show without me. Okay. And once they're able to run the whole show without me, whether it be in the office, DJing, leadership, camp, whatever it is, fishing, you name it, right? And they're able to do it at a high standard where, they just call me up, hey, I just pulled this off, did it, man. I'm like, cool, keep it going, right? And so once you're at that level, now at that point, I can look at it and say, are you ready? Because that's one thing to be able to do stuff, but how do you handle pressure?
Right.
How do you handle anxiety?
Exactly.
How do you handle when the going gets tough and you just feel like, throwing a towel? What are you made of? Anyway, let's get started.
Oh, no, I ain't going to hold you, Reggie. We definitely using some of that footage.
What footage?
I was recording. I was recording. Yeah. I'm
which camera?
So the main camera, the one in the middle is going to be the main camera. But like I'm a toggle between these.
I should have noticed that camera's green and red. I'm paying attention next time.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, hopefully we got some nuggets out of it.
Oh yeah, we did.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the Titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
So Trey, I didn't know you were recording me. Hopefully I said some good stuff.
It was good.
I know we talked about executive leadership coaching. We talked about, the different types of leaders that I may coach. And we also talked about how a leader can coach another leader and what do you look for in those qualifications for a successor.
Yeah.
So with all of that, I had no clue that we were going to be talking about that and recording, but I think it's good content to be able to use. What do you think?
I think it was good too, because a lot of times in life, I feel like we do things and we don't know if we're recorded, So like we also miss a lot of things. And I think too, when we have cameras on us, we might not show our true selves. And I don't think that necessarily applies to both of us. You could have said something egregious. You should have, we could have caught you. We could have caught you slipping. But you showed your character, and you gave, words of wisdom, which again, I know for a fact, like I say things all the time.
I have an Intel background.
Yeah.
So you really think I didn't know you were recording?
I think a little bit you didn't pay attention to it off gate. I mean, it said recording loud, so I was like, maybe he caught it, but like you might have forgot. You might have forgot. We human.
I won't say I forgot to the point that I was saying in my mind, is he still recording?
Yeah. But you forget about it.
If he is still recording, let me be careful what I say. And if he isn't recording, so what?
But I think you always got to be like that. Though. Every time you step outside your house, you have to make sure you portray yourself in a positive light. Do not lie. I'm not saying fake the funk. I'm saying you got to portray yourself in a positive light. So that means you got to think about what you do before you do it. That means you got to think about what you say before you say it. And I think the way you just displayed yourself, that's how everyone should display themselves.
I agree. I tell a lot of the folks who I coach, especially the leaders, you're always on stage, you're always on camera, and you're always in the fishbowl. That means you're always being watched.
Yep.
And you're always being listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you think nobody's watching or listening to you. I mean, Alexa is
always on. Yeah, man. You ain't telling no lie.
Wrong watch. But I was looking at my watch. No, I went to go look at my watch because sometimes Siri says, "What did you say?" Right? Like I didn't say nothing.
No problems where.
And so the point is that you need to be cognizant. And we talk about that when you are even educating people or doing stuff to people, and in sports and stuff, you get physical. Mm-hmm. There should be a reason or educational purpose behind whatever you do with people, right?
Exactly.
And to that extent, if you don't know what that educational purpose is behind why you do it or say it, then you should not do it or say it. You should be able to think about that in a split second. It's like when I was an instructor at the Academy of Military Science, right? We had all kinds of students, and we were going to graduate from the second lieutenant, but they did everything. We did combat training. We did academic stuff. They did push-ups every day, a lot. And there were consequences to a lot of the things that they did or didn't do. And the thing about those consequences is if you give somebody consequences just because you're mad at them, that's hazing.
Yeah.
But if you give somebody consequences because you thought about the educational value behind it, and the consequence is appropriate, and now it's going to have a positive impact on their growth and development, then that's education.
Exactly.
And so to that extent, whatever you do should be by design and not by default.
Yeah. I think a lot of times we don't necessarily think about the other person in terms of what's really going to make them better. It's the ego thing sometimes.
No, you said a lot of times, and I agree to the extent that if you're not an educator, if you're not a coach, if you're not a mentor, right? If you're not of that mindset, you're correct. But if you are an educator and you are a coach or you are a mentor, then you are thinking about that person all the time.
Okay.
I think about you and your show and how you doing. Like you just bought the car, right? I'm like, okay. And then I think about your leadership and growth and development as a person in their 20s, transitioning to the 30s.
I wish I was in my 20s still.
Well, you know, but the point is, and as you navigate your time, I'm thinking, all right, how was I when I was like 30 and 35? You know,
You got to remember.
So therefore, some things you do, I give you grace. You know, it'd be easy for me to come in and give you the answer.
Yeah.
Jay, this is what I think. It should be this way. But it ain't about me.
You got to go at your
It's
own
about
pace,
your growth and development. I already did that, right? So you got to go through your share of experiences, and whoever's the educator, trained developer, or coach or mentor should be cognizant enough to respect that journey. And that journey is not my journey; it's yours.
Facts.
So therefore, sometimes I do think about you. I think about your journey. I'm like, all right. Like when you called me up, you know, we were talking through the production of the last one. I'm listening intently, like, all right, what's the impact on you in your career and opportunity for both Jamie Foxx and for Steph Curry to give you a call.
That'd be tough.
So that's my point. It's like, all right, how do we at least tee this up that it could happen?
Yeah.
We need them to spell your name right.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. But I think that about closes off the show. We apologize for having to end it, though. You know, see what we did there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, Carol Burnett, you know she?
I don't, actually.
Of course not, man. She old enough to be your great-great-grandmother.
That might be.
She was a comedian, and at the end of her show, she would say something to the tune of, "I'm so glad we had this time together just to laugh and sing a song or two. And before you know it, comes the time you have to say so long." Anyway, they made a whole thing that every time they closed the show, that there was that jingle, and the cast would come together and sing that.
That's funny.
So we got to figure out what we're going to use to close the show.
Might try to do that. Might try to come up with a little jingle.
What do you say for your Get a Bucket show?
Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. This is Reggie. We're the host of Just Living Life. So hope you all had a good one, and take care.